fighting fans, tips from the Fight IQ channel. Happy to welcome you back in our weekly series, the Fight IQ show. This is our third episode. As you can see, there's a few changes in the setup, new camera as well, so I hope you guys will enjoy this. Quick recap for those who are new on this channel. I will start by ranking the top 5 fights that I watched last weekend and tell you guys why you should watch it as well. So this weekend, the fights were pretty high level. We had UFC Fight Night in Nashville, we had the One Friday fights, we had the Paul vs Diaz boxing match, we had MFA, we had PFL. Unfortunately, I could not watch PFL, I didn't have enough time, so it will not be in my rankings. To make this ranking, I had some criterias, so excitement, the duration of the fight, the opposition level, and the way to finish the fight. After that, I'll be leading you guys to the top 5 fights to watch next weekend and also tell you why you should watch it as well. So number 5, Sean Woodson versus Denis Buzukja. It was a prelim in the UFC Fight Night in Nashville card. Great fight. Sean Woodson got the win via unanimous decision, so no finish there, but it was domination from Sean Woodson from the beginning to the end, in my opinion. Sean Woodson has a great striking, he has a weird stance, he switches guards a lot, he has a long reach, he's really tall for the division, he used it really well during the fight. He also showcased great grappling skills that you almost forgot that Buzukja trains with Aljamain Sterling and Merab at the team Serra Longo, which are known for being great grapplers. So great performance overall for Sean Woodson, almost made it look easy against a really tough opponent. So you can rewatch that fight on the UFC Fight Pass. Moving on to number 4, guys. So Tawan Chai versus David Kiria. It was a kickboxing fight during the One Fight Night 13. Great matchup between a technical and fast striker and an experienced and tough kickboxer. Tawan Chai kept Kiria at good distance with his middle kick, that he used it like a whip. It went so fast and so often that Kiria could only block it, and he blocked it with his forearms most of the time. Kiria could never find a solution against these kicks, so much that at some point it broke his forearms during the second round, and the referee had no choice to stop it. So great fight, guys, because it's not easy to beat David Kiria in kickboxing, and Tawan Chai made it look really easy, and you should see the volume of the striking from Tawan Chai was really great to see. Number 3, guys, Billy Quarantillo against Damon Jackson, also in the UFC Fight Night in Nashville, also in the prelims. Amazing fight between two relentless fighters. Jackson brought a lot of pressure from the first round, mixing things up on the feet. Also, he showcased great grappling skills. He dominated the first round with his wrestling and grappling. But then from the second round, Billy Q started to turn things around. He's known for this, he's a diesel. He always had a struggle to begin the fight. But from the second round, he really turned things up. He was starting to doing some damage in the striking department. You could also see that Damon Jackson was tired a lot. His body language was not great. So yeah, Billy Q kept the pressure. He was eating more and more, and it was enough for him to secure the win by a unanimous decision. Moving on to number 2, guys. So that was a fight I really was expecting last week, as I talked about in my last YouTube video. Lineker versus Kim in the One Fight Night 13s as well. Kim came really hard in the first round, showcasing all of his skill set, striking. Lineker had a really tough time in the first round. I almost finished the fight, to be honest. I didn't think it was going to be a long fight. From the second round, Lineker got really more successful with his strikes. A lot of shots, a lot of great boxing from Lineker as usual. Also was defending a lot better the takedowns and the grappling from Kim. But Kim was still winning, and he was about to get the win by unanimous decision, I suppose. But at the end of the very third round, at the end of the fight, 10 seconds left, Lineker put him on the ground. He hit him with a lot of strong shots, and the referee has no choice but to stop the fight. Lineker got the win via TKO. And number 1, guys, the best fight in my opinion, was also a fight that I really expected. I also made a TikTok video about it. So it was Alazov versus Grigorian, main event of the One Fight Night 13. Best fight of the weekend in my opinion. Alazov was defending his title in the 5-round bouts that went until the decision, but did not disappoint. From the beginning, see the 2 different game plans. Alazov was being the mobile fighter, striking with a high volume, while Grigorian tried to cut the ring and to hit him with big shots. It was amazing to see Alazov's movement, how he was able to escape Grigorian's pressure and shots during 5 rounds and being able to hit him with the same volume and intensity. Only in the last round, Alazov starting to fatigue, but Grigorian didn't succeed to take advantage of it. So Alazov won that fight via unanimous decision, remains the champ. Great display, amazing to see. I really recommend to watch it, guys. You can also rewatch it on Prime Video or YouTube, depending on your location. But please Don't miss it. Some things to mention this week, guys. The One Friday Fights 27 was an amazing striking showcase. I talked about it on TikTok. It was great. Only one fight went to the decision. A lot of KOs, a lot of action. Definitely something to watch. Also, overall, the UFC Fight Night in Nashville was a pretty good card. A lot of level. Pretty amazing fights. Of course, I have to squeeze a top 5. All fights cannot fit in, but yeah, you should definitely watch it, guys. In the main event of the UFC Fight Night in Nashville, you could see Sandhagen beats Rob Font in the technical grappling game. That's it for Sandhagen, who also claimed a title fight. The co-main, you could see Tatiana Suarez beats Jessica Andrade with a submission, so she remains undefeated, moving to 11-0. Yeah, bad luck for Jessica Andrade. She was my favorite, but yeah, Jenna Suarez showed great skills. Also in that card, in the first fight of the night, Asu Almabayev made a good entrance in the UFC. He submits Ode Osborne quite easily. He showcased great skills. I think it will be a tough prospect to watch, so yeah, keep an eye on him, guys. Jake Paul beats Nate Diaz. I think it was not really a surprise. Jake Paul really trained hard in boxing. He chose opponents that are not really boxers. So for me, there was not really a good surprise. It was entertaining to watch, even if the skills from Nate Diaz in boxing were not the best, but still entertaining to watch. So I suggest you guys to watch it. It's fun, but it's not a great value for the sport, I suppose. Jake Paul also proposed a revenge in MMA. This would be more entertaining to watch, I suppose, because Nate Diaz is really a great MMA fighter. So this will have my attention. And last but not least, Sabina Mazo came back to the LFA and she won the title for her return. So yeah, keep an eye on her, guys. I will not be surprised to see her in the UFC again. And now, guys, let's talk about the top 5 coming fights for the next weekend. So at number 5, Blackshear against East End in the UFC Fight Night prelims. For me, it's an interesting matchup. Both are a winning streak. Both with finishes in their last fight. I would give an edge to East End as he looked great in all his UFC appearances since he won the Ultimate Fighter. Number 4, Poliana Viana against Lucindo, UFC Fight Night prelims as well. Also exciting matchup between Viana, which is more BJJ artist, so Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, and Lucindo, which is more a tough striker with nice KO power. Viana was a great prospect a few years back when she came to the UFC, but she didn't compete in a while, since November 2022 to be specific. So maybe she'll be less fresh than Lucindo, who scored a win by a unanimous decision in her last fight in April. I'm still pretty confident that Viana will get the win if she can get the fight on the ground, guys. So number 3, it's a fight in the Bellator 298 this weekend between Stoley and Ward. A nice welterweight showdown. Stoley will try to bounce back from his loss against Amosov, but he will have a tough challenge against Ward, who stays on a 3-win streak with 3 finishes, so KO or TKO. I'll still give my vote to Stoley, as I think he has fought against tougher oppositions in his career, and I'm sure he'll be willing to erase that loss in his last fight. So Stoley for me, guys. You can watch this fight on ESPN. Number 2. It will be a boxing match between Navarrete and Valdez. 2 Mexican boxers, 2 really exciting fighters with a high KO ratio. So Navarrete has 31 KO in 37 wins, while Valdez has 23 KOs in 31 wins. So that's a lot, guys. For sure there will be somebody going down. Navarrete is on a 6-fight win streak, 4 coming by way of knockout. So I think he'll get the win by knockout. And number 1 for me, guys, it's the main event from the UFC Fight Night. Vicente Luque versus Rafael Dos Anjos. Explosive fight between 2 complete MMA fighters. Dos Anjos may be 38 years old, but he's still a pretty tough opponent. He fought 3 times in 2022 against high-level opposition, securing 2 wins. Luque had kind of lost his momentum as he was climbing the ranking of the welterweight division, but his last 2 bouts being KO'd in his last one. I would still give him the win though, as I think his striking can make the difference. I think he's more complete, more fresh than Dos Anjos now. So I would give Luque the win by knockout. Also some mentions from next week, guys. Dana White Contender Series is coming back. I think it will be out before I release this video. I will not have time to watch it, of course, before releasing this video. But yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. In the past, it has been pretty exciting. We have some great fighters coming out of this show. So yeah, please keep an eye on it. Also an eye on One Friday Fights 28. So it will be a lot of Muay Thai again, like last weekend. and I'm sure there will be some great action. Also, I'll be traveling next week, so I will not be able to make a video. We will have one by week, and then I come back for a normal schedule. So that's it for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the new setup. So if you did, please punch that subscribe button. Please leave me a comment which fight are you expecting. Give me your predictions. Give me which fight did you enjoy. I'll see you in 2 weeks, guys, and please enjoy the fights.
Yeah.